Evening, honorable guests, family. Good evening, honorable guests, family, friends, 2023 Youth of the Year finalists, and everyone in their respectable places. I am Jermaine Lovely, and it's a distinct honor to be your 2022 Youth of the Year of the Boys and Girls Club of Palm Beach County. My journey with the Boys and Girls Club will forever be imprinted in my life. The Boys and Girls Club gave me a sense of belonging while building my confidence, my leadership skills, and the strong voice of the young, handsome man who stands before you tonight. Because of the Boys and Girls Club, I'm blessed with the opportunity to be the first in my family to attend college, as I am now. As I am now a Rattler at the one and only Florida A&M University. As a first-year broadcast journalism major. This is an accomplishment in my life that is dedicated to my mom, the Boys and Girls Club of Palm Beach County, in my hometown known as Belle Glade, Florida, a.k.a. the Mud. Where only the best in is produced, and I stand here as a prodigy of that. See, growing up in Belle Glade, Florida, the success stories you normally hear are related to athletics, but because of the club called the Smith and Moore Family Teen Center, in the Boys and Girls Club of the Palm Beach County, I was blessed to be a success story with a different signing day when I signed the Boys and Girls Club of Palm Beach County Youth of the Year Scholarship. In my speech, I said the Boys and Girls Club of Palm Beach County changed my life, and indeed it did. Before I stood on the stage last year, I thought I wanted to major in engineering and play baseball. And it was an upset knowing that I would not be playing on the college team this last fall. Engineering is a good major, and I may can get a lot of money, but I will get a lot of money. But God had a ram in the bush that had a greater value, because as I walked off that stage last year, I felt the impact my words had on the audience. And in that moment, I knew I wanted to be the voice that was ready to change the world, the way the Boys and Girls Club changed my life. I am now in my third semester at Florida A&M University, and my experience has been overjoyed with living on campus, meeting new people, indulging in the hype of the HBCU homecoming and fraternity. And let's not forget the food, which I can say I am eating. So, Mom, you don't have to worry about your baby boy missing a meal. But in all seriousness, my plans for this year are to get my writing out there, and after the feedback from a couple of my professors, specifically my English teacher, Professor Christine Snodgrass, who is also a publisher and the founder of the literacy journal called Cake, which was founded in 2006 alongside many other creative writers. Cake showcases the writing of many FAMU students alongside seasoned writers. Ms. Snodgrass was very impressed with several of my pieces that I wrote in class, and she asked me to join one of FAMU's writing clubs or organizations, which was Cake. From those words of motivation and encouragement, I have stepped out of faith and started writing pieces for Pitch Journey on campus. I also entered 3 pieces to Kate, which is soon to be published in April. So again, thank the Boys and Girls Club of Palm Beach County for changing my life. To the Youth of the Year finalists representing their respective clubs, I encourage you to keep moving no matter the outcome of tonight, the outcome tonight, because whether God has it for you, whatever God has for you, Matthew 12:14 says, "For many are called, but few are chosen." Finalists, you are chosen. It is now my honor to introduce two amazing women who helped make tonight's event possible. Please join me in welcoming to the stage Chairman of the 2023 Youth of the Year Dinner, Olympia Bishop and Eduardo Rigobuto. Thank you.
Normally she tells me what to do. Should we do the same podium? Differently. Hi. Okay. Good evening, everyone, and welcome. We would like to thank you all for coming out to share this moment and support our amazing youth. This event is truly the pinnacle mission moment for the organization and demonstrates the impact of your generosity through our top club members each year.
We are so honored to recognize a wonderful group of individuals who have helped make tonight's event a success. First, our honorary chairman from the Mary Alice Fortin Foundation, the Honorable Leslie Smith and the Honorable Danielle Moore.
We also want to recognize the Youth of the Year Committee. Timothy Bryant, Elizabeth DeBrule, Catherine Kress, Nicolette Lehrman, Russell Mahan, and Laura Wiesa. Thank you all for your dedication to these teams.
We also want to thank you, our sponsors and supporters, for joining us this evening and for making it possible for the 20 clubs throughout the Palm Beach County to help more than 10,000 of our community children who need us most to reach their full potential as productive, caring, responsible citizens. So give yourselves a round of applause. It is now our honor to introduce our 2023 Youth of the Year finalists. First, Eric Wilson from the Max M. Fisher Boys and Girls Club of Riviera Beach.
Lynn Chelsea Antoine from the Boys and Girls Club of Boca Raton.
Frank Zamar from the Boys and Girls Club of Delray Beach.
Jada Lovely from the Smith and Moore Family Teen Center of Belle Glade.
Alonzo Lloyd from the Neil S. Hirsch Boys and Girls Club of Wellington.
Kimberly Pierre from from the Marjorie S. Fisher Boys and Girls Club of West Palm Beach.
And Kevin Roll from the Florence to George Boys and Girls Club of West Palm Beach.
Congratulations to you all. You are all winners. Please go ahead and take your seats. Thank you. Everyone. I know. Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage tonight's MC and senior sponsor, Alex Price of Office Depot.
Good evening, good evening. Better than Christmas morning, better than my birthday. This night is something I look forward to so much every year. I've gotten to do this for 5 or 6 years in a row. I don't know why they keep asking me. I don't care. It is so wonderful. It is so wonderful. And the reason why I like this event, because it is not a spectator sport. I bet many of you go to lots of sit-down dinners and luncheons and breakfasts, and it's very proper, and you know where your little fork is and all that kind of thing. That's great. Guess what? That's not tonight, everybody. Our 7 finalists are going to bring their A game. You're going to see the way they're dressed, the way that they're going to speak. They prepared. They're going to bring their A game. We're going to bring our A game, right? We're going to show them through our energy and our applause and our full presence what they mean to us, and that we are truly on their team for life. And so, exactly, I work with her, so she kind of had to do that. Let me just say, being named Youth of the Year is the highest honor of the Boys and Girls Club. As a Boys Club of America's premier youth recognition program, tonight we are recognizing club members and for their outstanding contributions to their families, their schools, their neighborhoods, their communities, and of course, their individual clubs. These Youth of the Year finalists are shining examples, and they are the living, breathing proof that great starts begin right here at the Boys and Girls Club of Palm Beach County. And just so you know, tonight is it's the capstone. It's a grand finale type night. It's the grand finale of this bigger program called Youth of the Year. So tonight we're gonna announce the winner on stage here live. And to make it even more exciting, if you didn't know this, every finalist, all 7 finalists, are going to be receiving tonight a four-year prepaid college scholarship, which is incredible. But get this, selected tonight, the winner selected tonight will be awarded a 4-year university scholarship, including 4 years of room and board. And that is a transformative gift. And that sort of generosity, it doesn't just happen. It happens because we have compassionate leaders in this community. And for the last 5 years, we have been blessed by the generosity and compassion of the Mary Alice Fortin Foundation. We want to thank the foundation so much for their incredibly life-altering generosity that they're showing to our teams. Thank you so much. Put your hands together for the foundation. So a little bit of background. So last week, tonight's finalists, the 7 of them that you're all going to meet, went to the Boys and Girls Club's corporate offices just down the road. And they took part in the first 3 elements of this competition. So this is the 4th and final, but 3 things happened earlier this week. And those are, they were judged on the quality of their written application, their essays, and then they took part in a 15-minute interview with our esteemed panel of judges that are right in front of me here. And that's intense for anybody. Can you imagine as a teenager? They were amazing. And our judges are also amazing because they put forth so much time. They're some of the busiest people in our county. So let's show our appreciation for our esteemed panel of judges. First, news anchor for WPTV, West Palm Beach, Halani Davis. We all start our morning with you, and now we get to end our week with you. That's awesome. The Vice President of Supply Chain for Carrier, Ed Dunn. Thank you, Ed. Director of Outreach and Community Programming for Palm Beach County's Youth Services, my friend, Gita Loach Jacobson. President of Palm Beach State College, one of my heroes, Ms. Ava Parker. And President Parker, I don't say that to every president. I say that only to you. The Chief Academic Officer of the Palm Beach County School District, where I have 4 children, so I'm really thankful for you, Ms. Glenda Sheffield. Thank you for your countless hours of dedication. You're busy, you do this out of the goodness of your heart, and we're really, really grateful. Each year, Comcast, one of my other favorite companies, who's our presenting media sponsor, they create these introductory videos that you're going to enjoy tonight. And they do that charitably. And I just want to thank Rachel Bonlaren, who's out here somewhere, and the entire Comcast family for your generosity. You do incredible work. And so with that, one question, if you're tired on a Friday night, it's been a long week, it was a long drive up here. Are you ready? I give you a C+ on that. Okay, this side of the room, are you ready? B+. Can we get an A over here? This side of the room. Are you ready? I like what I'm seeing here. Your juices are flowing here. Let's get pumped up for our very first finalist. Please turn your attention to the screen to learn a little bit more.
My favorite thing about the club is being able to interact with the young people and be a mentor towards the young people. The activity I enjoy the most is the game room because it allows me to build a relationship with the kids and to play games with them and have fun.
Eric's relationship with the younger club members is outstanding. They love him, they respect him. He has sort of kind of a mentorship with them. Like, he's very compassionate, he's a natural nurturer, and they love him. He's the perfect choice to represent our club as Youth of the Year because there's no one better than him. He's the most helpful member that we have, the most respectful member that we have, the most compassionate member that we have. He's already won Youth of the Year for our club, so I just want to see him go as far as he can.
I'm grateful for being a member of the Boys and Girls Club because it gave me this opportunity to be able to mentor other people, to be able to inspire our youth to become good members in our society. And I honestly am grateful for them for doing this because it's giving me the skills that I need to become a successful leader in our society today.
For the Maxim Fisher Boys and Girls Club of Riviera Beach.
Thank you all, thank you all. Good evening, everyone. My name is Eric Wilson. I am a senior at William C. Dwyer High School, and I'm the 2023 Youth of the Year candidate for the Maxim Fisher Boys and Girls Club. My future goals is to attend the University of Central Florida to study English and become an English teacher. As Youth of the Year, I would like to inspire youth by teaching emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is the ability to be aware, control, and to express your emotions correctly. It was during the pandemic where I had my first experience with emotional intelligence. But before the pandemic, I was always on the go. I would go to school, hang out with friends, sleep, and repeat. But it was during the pandemic where I actually learned how to channel my emotions and also learn emotional intelligence. And so I came up with a method called the ERIC method, with ERIC meaning empathy, reflection, intelligence, and compassion. Empathy allows you to understand others' emotions, creating better communication with others, and overall how to interact with other people. Reflection allows you to evaluate yourself and can prove as a self-check, whether that be physical, mental, or emotional. Intelligence is another key factor. Having the wherewithal to know when you're emotionally sane is a great way in making good decisions on how you express your emotions. And finally, there's compassion. Compassion allows you to be selfless and ready to help out whenever you can. Thanks to the Youth of the Year program, I'm able to share my experience with you all. And I'm also thankful for the Maxim Fisher Boys and Girls Club for not only believing in me, but also giving me the tools needed to speak to you all today. So as an advocate for mental health and emotional intelligence, I urge everyone here to stand with me and advocate mental health within our schools and communities. And I'm grateful for the time that I had to speak to you all, and I'm grateful to be here and to be a candidate for Youth of the Year. And as I close, I ask that everyone here to use your emotional intelligence wherever you go. Thank you.
Woo! Thank you so much, Eric. Amazing. Incredible. Next up, if you would, turn your attention to the screen to hear about our second finalist.
The club experience impacted and changed my life for the better. I feel like coming from a low-income family, from not having a lot of opportunities, and coming here, given the many opportunities like the Youth of the Year scholarship, helped me achieve and do more in life. Both of my parents are immigrants and low income, and moving to Boca Raton, their main goal was for me and my brother to have a good education. Boys and Girls Club helped us with homework help, they helped us studying, they helped us with any SAT prep, especially with the college career bound, and I feel like that helped and impacted and changed my life because things I couldn't really get a hold of or necessarily achieve with, they helped me get that.
Lynn is the perfect choice to represent the club because she's the epitome of the Youth of the Year. When it comes to who she is, the way she acts, the way she carries herself, what she thinks of herself, what she wants to be, how she works. Even in the academic portion of it, she's always striving for greatness, is never underselling herself, just wanting to do more.
I'm very grateful for being a Boys and Girls member because they showed me opportunities that I never thought I would have in my life. They showed me love that could be received from different people. It doesn't have to be family. And it showed me that I have a chance in life.
Please join me in welcoming to the stage our second finalist, Lynn Chelsea Antoine from the Boys and Girls Club of Boca Raton.
Hello, good evening. My name is Lynn Chelsea Antoine. I'm the 2023 Youth of the Year candidate of Boys and Girls Club of Boca Raton. I am a graduating senior at Boca Raton Community High School, pursuing computer science at Florida International University, and becoming a software engineer and innovating America's youth, pushing it forward. Statistics says the 2 highest IQ belongs to 2 women. Statistics says that women earn more than 60% of all college degrees in the United States. Statistically speaking, I have the potential to be one of the most elite, powerful, greatest women to ever walk the planet. My fiery passion is to burn brighter than the stars, to succeed and thrive in this world. However, statistics could interfere with my destiny. I am from a first-generation family with 2 Haitian parents. I was taught that as a woman, as a girl, that I shouldn't do or try things, that I was supposed to stay in my place as a woman and to cook, clean for my family, do anything that's supposed to be my one place, to not become a police officer, an engineer, or a major CEO of company, only to be a teacher, assistant, or a nurse. Even though those are amazing career choices and we love them, I knew it wasn't for me. As a little girl, I learned that I shouldn't dare to step, cross, or even crawl boundaries and limitations, that I was never enough. That was until the Boys and Girls Club of Boca Raton changed and flipped my whole perspective in life. At the Boys and Girls Club of Boca Raton, I learned various things: etiquette, things that girls should learn and try to do, gender barriers, and robotics. I was introduced to robotics when I was only 8 years old, igniting my love and passion for tech. As I was introduced to robotics, I went down the line and did it for high school, middle school, and did career college classes with it. The Boys and Girls Club showed me a glimpse of light in my dark tunnel that I am enough. That me, an 8-year-old girl, can see beyond the stars, beyond the barriers, beyond everything, that I shouldn't have limitations, I shouldn't have doubts, I should be who I am. And that's why I'm standing here in front of you today and telling you my story. not to worry about my hardships, my limitations, and what I've been through, to only to see and hear my accomplishments. Today, as I stand in front of you, I triumph in tradition. I am a statistic of greatness and success. I am a statistic of legacy. The Youth of the Year allows me to be impactful, open opportunities with doors, and everything of above. The Youth of the Year allows me to be perfect role models for girls with similar beginnings that thought they would never be enough, that thought they couldn't do anything in life, that they thought everything they do is ruled by another. Today, as I stand in front of you, you will hear my name, Lynn Chelsea Antoine, around the world and everything. My name is Lynn Chelsea Antoine. Thank you.
Woo! Wow, Lynn Chelsea. You know, despite what we see on the news this week and last week, I love tonight because doesn't it give you good feelings about our future? Doesn't it? When you hear these youth so confident, the vision that they have, I'm hopeful. And I think that that's what tonight's really all about. Speaking of that, if you would turn your attention to the screen for our third finalist.
My favorite thing about the club is being with the kids. You know, because the kids really mean a lot to me. You know, as a teenager that I am, they helped me become the man that I am today. My favorite room is really for me in the gym. It really helps me with exercise and try to like help the kids out with playing the games and playing with them. It's really fun and energetic for them. My favorite staff member is Mr. Anthony Jones. Mr. Anthony Jones really helped me throughout all of my club experience, all of my life skills, and all of the programs that he teaches me at the club. He really brought me the man that I am today.
Frank's relationship with the younger club member is amazing. He helps them out with homework, he tutored them, he played games with them. Frank deserves to represent this club because he has shown great dedication and commitment for the Boys and Girls Club and the Career Bound programs. Frank is a natural born leader, and I just hope he reaches the stars.
The staff and the members really teach me a lot. I could face adversity, I could become a great asset to the team as I grow older into the real world, and I could really teach the younger youth to become leaders as they grow up into the future.
Please join me in welcoming Frank Zamora to the stage, the Youth of the Year of the Boys and Girls Club of Delray.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Frank Nabiel Zamora, and I stand by here today as the 2023 Youth of the Year finalist for the Delray Beach Boys and Girls Club. My journey all started May 2010. I was a shy, timid kid, but my mother said, "You're going to the Boys and Girls Club the very next day." I said, "No way, I'm not going to Boys and Girls Club, no way." However, the very next day, woke up 7:30 in the morning, and I found myself at the Boys and Girls Club at Delray Beach. As I walking through those double doors of the Boys and Girls Club, man, I was so overwhelmed with so much joy. I see the kids playing, having fun, and having a great time of their lives. And the very first staff that I met was Mr. Anthony Jones. Mr. Anthony was like another father to me away from home. And the other staff at the Boys and Girls Club is another family away from home as well. And as I was 13, I was introduced to the teen room, a room that's with teenagers and how us teens become leaders as we grow up in today's society. And Mr. Anthony also introduced me to all the programs such as Money Matters, Keystone, Torch Club, and so much more. As the years gone by, I was introduced with other programs, and I really appreciate Mr. Anthony for those programs. However, in 2014, a sudden tragedy happened. My grandmother passed away. It was a really shock to the whole family, and I put my grief to the side because I wanted to vent to Mr. Anthony. Mr. Anthony informed me it was okay to cry because no matter what, my grandmother that is standing above me today really taught me how to become a natural-born leader. My life began to spiral out when I heard this news, but the very next day I went to the Boys and Girls Club to inform Mr. Anthony about my situation. And as I was at the club and Mr. Anthony letting me vent to him, he really gave me some good advice to keep my grief aside. But as the other members heard about my grief, they showed me love and support through the difficult time that I had, and I really appreciate the other members at the Boys and Girls Club for that. America's youth has been introduced to me by the wonderful Boys and Girls Club of Palm Beach County, and my goal is to help those youth impact of doing their homework, of staying off the streets, and try not to get in trouble with the law. Because if it wasn't for Mr. Anthony Jones who pushing me to become great, I would not be up in the stage right now as the 2023 Youth of the Year finalist for Derry Beach. Lastly, I want to thank the Boys and Girls Club and my beautiful parents, Naima Asmar and Fritz Zamore, that are sitting on table 25. For helping me to become a better man that I am today and sitting up on this stage with you all tonight to become the best man that I am and instilling in me on my abilities for Youth of the Year. And as for you tonight, I want you to remember this name, Frank Nebula Zamore, for the rest of your lives. Thank you.
Amazing, Frank. Incredible.
Good evening, everyone. Well, first, thank you, Frank. That was awesome. And all the speakers today to have our finalists have been amazing. Let's give them, the first three, a round of applause. So my name is Jeannie Miranda, and I'm president and CEO of the Boys and Girls Clubs here in Palm Beach County, and have been, thank you. Thank you, my one fan, thank you. So tonight marks our 9th Youth of the Year, and I know that because I've been CEO now for 9 years. 9, yes. Okay, a few more fans, yay. And, you know, when I joined the organization, I just felt that we had our Youth of the Year awards year after year, but we never had the opportunity to really let the public know more about our kids. And so we created this dinner because I think of all the events we do, this is truly our mission moment. This is an opportunity for us to hear from the kids, no dancing, you know, no open bar, but just come here to see the impact that the organization has on these children and teens, you know, with them attending the club annually. So we appreciate all of our supporters because it's all of you who make it possible for us to really transform the lives of our kids. So thank you so much. So my only job here tonight, thank God, I guess I got a drink waiting for me at the table that I haven't touched, is to thank our sponsors, and I'm going to start with the Mary Alice Fortin Foundation. And I know Alex already talked about them, but I want you to know that both Donnie and Leslie, 6 years ago, we've had the event for 9 years. 6 years ago, they stepped up and said, we can do more. And they fueled this event, fueled our program so that we could provide these scholarships for the kids. And we are so grateful. And I know they hear the stories from us year after year on where the kids are. And you see some of those in your program book. You should read those so you can see the impact these lovely ladies have had on our children. So thank you so much for everything that you do. Our next presenting sponsor is K-12 Print, and yay, hello. And John, Larry, we just met recently, although they've been involved with the organization for many, many years, printing our membership cards and doing that gratis for us, thousands of cards every year, so thank you for doing that. But they also have done the most wonderful thing in introducing us to our next presenting sponsor, which is the Mark Wahlberg Youth Foundation. And between the two of them, they have done so much. Not only did they become presenting sponsors here, but they also just recently donated 500 tennis shoes to our kids. And throughout the years, they've done special things like that. So we so appreciate their involvement with our organization. Thank you, John. Public supermarket charities, you can always count on them to support us. And my only regret is that they don't want to come to the event. They want the money to go strictly for fundraising. So, but we do get a chance to talk to them on a yearly basis. But they've been here since the very beginning, and we appreciate them. Comcast, Universal. Where's my Rachel? Rachel, thank you for continuing the legacy that actually was started by Alex. But you see the videos. They're amazing. They spend countless hours with our marketing VP, Aaron, filming these videos, and they really help to tell the story of the kids at the club. So thank you for everything that you do, Rachel. Our senior sponsors. So we have C. Kenneth and Laura Baxter Foundation, Dave Doughton, board member, long time, big supporter. Robert I. Goldman Foundation. That is Alexa Celine, who is our big supporter out in Wellington, and we love her to death. Office Depot, Alex, yes. And I think we have the CEO in the house, Kevin Moffitt. Are you here? All right. Thank you, Kevin and Alex, for everything that you do. Of course, our junior sponsors, Olympia and Brooks Bishop, Wilder and Jason Rigobuto, and you know there are chairs for the evening, so thank you. Carrier, we've had Ed Dunn, who is judging here tonight. There he is at the end. And Edith DiFrancesco, who's on our board, is also here. Thank you for coming out. Okay, so now I'm not going to name individual sponsors, okay, because we have way too many coming up. So they're just going to be on the screen. So keep an eye on the screens. So the first ones are our sophomore sponsors, and you can see them on our screen. Thank you so much for all you do. And I noticed that Architects Design Collaborative is on there. Raul Ocampo, happy birthday. It's his birthday today, and he's here instead of partying with his family. Our freshman sponsors are also on the screen now. You can see them. And we have what we call club sponsors. So our first round of sponsors are our Youth of the Year table sponsors. So what these sponsors do is allow us to not just have the candidate come, but allow the candidates to invite their families to join them for this wonderful evening. So thank you to our Youth of the Year table sponsors. Our future Youth of the Year table sponsors, also on the screen, either side. They provide the opportunity to bring our younger club members to this event. So you see them scattered all over in the room, and it gives us the opportunity to let them see what the candidates go through. And hopefully there'll be a Youth of the Year candidate out there next year that's going to come up on this stage and wow you all. So thank you to our future Youth of the Year sponsors, our club viewing party sponsors. So I have to say this is the one thing, or maybe more than one thing, but for us, the one thing from COVID that was good, okay? We learned how to live stream, all right? So we learned how to Zoom and we learned how to live stream. So this gives us the opportunity for those kids that weren't able to come. We have 7 parties going on right now in Palm Beach County at our 7 clubs. And the kids are watching and cheering on their club representatives. So we're excited to have them. And then, of course, our amazing underwriters. Without them, a lot of the costs of the event would impact the money that we raise. So thank you to the underwriters that help us curb those expenses. And then finally, last thing, we take tremendous pride in mentoring our club members and getting them ready for graduation, and then heading off to new adventures, which you're hearing some of that tonight. We get really attached to these kids, like really attached. So we always try to do everything special for them if there's an opportunity that exists. And LexisNexis, I wanted to give them a shout out because they stepped up big time this year, and we appreciate them. They loaned us Shelly Jeffcoat, their Director of Employer Brand, and Shelly met with the teens every Monday. Okay, and where she coached and helped promote their brand in different areas like professionalism, social media, and their etiquette. And thank you, Shelly, for doing all of that for the teens. And I know that she helped out with the speeches, so thank you for that great work. And that's it, Alex. It's back to you.
Thanks, Jeannie, and all of our sponsors. And Shelly, what you did there is just incredible. So this is kind of like halftime. And the worst thing you can ever do is to go and come out of the gate after halftime flat. So we're not going to do that, right? No, we're going to run out with just as much intensity as we did at the beginning of the game. So with that, let's test your stamina here and your energy, and turn your attention to the screen for our next amazing, amazing finalist.
My favorite thing about the club is the non-academic and academic programs that the Teen Center provides that engages me and to learn and try new things. The activity I enjoy most about the club is the photography class because it has helped me discover a talent that I never thought I would have. I have a passion for basketball, and the Teen Center gym has given me a second place to practice my skill and help me get better, and I also have staff that motivate me to push me to do great in basketball.
The staff sees Jada as someone that's just determined. That's just her overall personality, because she's a go-getter, very competitive, but more importantly, because she knows what she wants to do in life. Jada Lovely should be the Boys and Girls Clubs of Palm Beach County Youth of the Year, is because she embodies exactly the formula for what we have when it comes to being a Boys and Girls Club member. Because of her passion, dedication, her outstanding leadership, and the trajectory that she has for herself, I just know at the end of the day, she's going to be someone of a spokesperson, but more importantly, someone that demonstrates exactly what a character should be when it comes down to being a Boys and Girls Club member.
The club has gave me a place where I can just be me without any judgment. I'm grateful for being the Boys and Girls Club member because I would have never got those opportunities that I was blessed to have.
All right. Please join me in welcoming Jada Lovely to the stage, Youth of the Year from the Smith & Moore Family Teen Center in Belle Glade.
Good evening, prestige ladies and gentlemen. I am Jada Lovely, a junior at Glade Central Community High School and a member of the Bond Smith & Moore Family Teen Center of Belle Glade, Florida. I
have a question. How many of you felt like you weren't accepted at one point of your life? Well, you're not alone. Me too. Growing up, I didn't meet the prototypical standards for many things. I was overlooked, underestimated, and considered too young. However, I realized they didn't carry the vision that I had. It was evidently they saw me through a clouded set of lens. That's why I'm here tonight, to help others view individuals like me with a clear set of eyes. They said I had no rhythm in high school, but I became a band's drum major. They said I was too short to play basketball, but I became a starting point guard on varsity. They said it was hard to win over senior, but guess what? I became the first Junior Youth of the Year winner at my club. So you see, despite the physical attributes that I didn't possess from one's point of view, I didn't let anyone's benchmarking for achieving success stop me. As a strong young woman determined to upset standards and surpass expectations, I realized that it was up to me to define my level of greatness. Being 5 feet 3 inches tall taught me to define all of myself. So no matter the social or academic challenge I face, I stand firmly in my faith and believe I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. 3 motivational icons have impacted me and stood by me not only during the times of success, but failures as well. My first icon is my mom, Jacqueline Jackson. When she say, "Girl, leave me alone," I know that means she's tired, but she still finds a way to put on her cape to ensure that I have every opportunity to succeed. So, Mom, you are my mokohini. It's a Hawaiian word meaning supermom. That's you because you have taught me to be strong amid my adversities and to show the world how high I can fly. And for that, Mom, I thank you. My second icon is the Smith & Moore Family Teen Center. When I first walked through the doors of the Teen Center, I was like, oh, okay, cool place to hang out. Club staffs like Mr. Anthony Davis, Organization Director of Operations, have supported me in finding my voice and self-confidence. My last icon is club programs like Career Bound. This program have allowed me to go on college tours, including Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University, where I plan on applying to major in business. Ultimately, my vision for American youth is to inspire others to break down the barriers that classify you can be. Why? Because the Bible says you are fearfully and wonderfully made as you are. Everyone here tonight is a witness to my testimony that prototypical standards of society are meant to be broken. I am Miss Jada Lovely, from the crown of my locks to the very sole of my feet, and I am acceptable. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jada. Wow. Wow. Now, if you would again, please turn your attention again to the screens to learn about our 5th finalist.
My favorite thing about the Boys and Girls Club would have to be the children there. I love all the members, all ages, from 5 to the teenagers who are 17 and up. My favorite program at the club would definitely have to be the program I created, Playing for Your Heart. Playing for Your Heart was developed to help the youth members not only learn about the different cardiovascular diseases, but to also promote cardiovascular health. I was born with tetralogy of Fallot, which is a condition I've had my entire life. I've had 2 surgeries in my lifetime, and creating this program has really helped me channel what I've gone through and help others understand what I'm going through as well. Not as a way for people to feel bad about me, but to share my experience with others and share my journey through my program.
The staff perceive Alonzo as very energetic and outgoing and very dependable. He should be named the County Youth of the Year because he is the face of the Boys and Girls Club. He embodies the mission statement. He's reaching his full potential to be a productive, responsible citizen.
I'm grateful for being a Boys and Girls Club member because of the opportunities it has given me. The Boys and Girls Club has helped set me up to be successful in life by not only keeping me on the right path, but also making sure I'm always focused on my future.
Please join me in welcoming Alonzo Lloyd, Youth of the Year of the Neil S. Hirsch Family Boys and Girls Club of Wellington.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My mentor, Ms. Carroll, once told me, they say the most beautiful things in this world cannot be heard or seen, for they must be felt through the heart. I want everyone to take their right hand and just place it on your chest and feel your heart. Oftentimes, we forget that our hearts are one of the main reasons we stay alive every day. When I was diagnosed with tetralogy of Fallot and had my first surgery at the fragile age of 6 months, my heartbeat became a vital instrument in my life. I consider my heartbeat a direct representation of the young man I am today. My heartbeat represents a young man battling a life-threatening disease that has no cure. My heartbeat represents a young man whose mother works 3 jobs just to put food on the table. My heartbeat represents a young man who dedicates his time and energy into being a role model for the millennia of the future. Every day I walk through my life worrying about my heart. My health is a constant concern that has stayed with me throughout all 17 years of my life, but it has never felt like a burden to me when I attend the Boys and Girls Club. The Boys and Girls Club has always felt like a second home to me. From the first day I entered the club, I have always felt as if I've been a part of a family. Throughout my entire high school years, every relationship and connection I've built with fellow staff and leadership team has played a major role in helping me achieve my future goals. With the addition of programs such as Youth Volunteer Corps and Career Bound, I have completed over 200 hours of community service and inspired youth members to join my movement in the promotion of cardiovascular health. With the help of my mentor, Ms. Tony, who has guided me on every step of this journey, I created a program within my home club called Playing for Your Heart. My program, Playing for Your Heart, teaches youth members about the importance of keeping up with your cardiovascular health. Within my program, I'm able to teach youth members about the various diseases and surgeries done on people with heart conditions. My vision for America's youth is to inspire all youth members to want a healthier lifestyle, as well as see a Playing for Your Heart program within every Boys and Girls Club. Three profound women by the name of Mary, Alice, and Elizabeth founded this very organization surrounding the vision of success being within reach of every young person who enters our doors, with members on track to graduate from high school with a plan for the future. Tonight I stand in front of you with not only a plan for the future of Alonzo Lloyd, but a plan for the future of Boys and Girls Club of Palm Beach County. So now I stand before you tonight with my heart in your hands. In your hands holds the next pediatric cardiologist who plans to cure his own disease. In your hands holds the future 2023 Youth of the Year recipient who has a plan for juniors, cadets, and teens who attend every illustrious Boys and Girls Club. Tonight, I hope I have not only inspired you, but have shown you how the Boys and Girls Club has modeled me into the young man that stands before you today. My name is Alonzo Lloyd. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Alonzo. So before we get to our 6 finalists, I just realized something. Maybe you thought about this. So did you hear from Jeannie that it's live streamed? So we've got groups of youth at all the Boys and Girls Clubs across the county at the clubhouse watching all of this from that camera. Is that right? So I would like for you all to stand up. We're going to turn to that camera, and all together we're going to say, "We believe in you," because we've got hundreds of youth just like Alonzo out there that need to be inspired and know that we're on their team. So on the count of 3, we believe in you. Are you ready? 1, and a 2, and a 3. We believe in you. Woo! Because it's such a big organization, it's good to remember that we're part of something really big tonight. So I need your help to do something really special before the next finalist. There's a lot of behind-the-scenes people that are truly heroes at the Boys and Girls Club. So would your career-bound staff stand up? Where's our Boys and Girls Club career-bound? Right, look over here. Let's have that's right. Would all Boys and Girls Club clubhouse directors stand up? All of our clubhouse directors that do the hard work of leading our clubhouses across the county. Let's hear it for our clubhouse directors. True leaders, true heroes. And if you're on the staff of any of our county clubhouses, please stand up and be recognized. They're changing lives. They're changing lives every single day by pouring in to the lives of our young people. And last but not least, and I would say last and maybe last but most, the parents, the guardians, and the friends that are basically family, the inner village for each of our 7 finalists. You deserve so much credit for the incredible, powerful messages we're hearing tonight. I know that they've been practicing their speeches in front of you and probably in front of the mirror. You know, they probably have been asking you to proofread their essays, and you've been pouring into them throughout their Youth of the Year journey. If you're a parent, a guardian, or a close family friend of any of our finalists, stand up and let's give a huge round of applause for our parents and our guardians. Stand up, don't be shy. We need to get really loud. They're raising the next generation of leaders. Let's let them hear our appreciation. Thank you so much for what you're doing in the lives of these young people who are just so impressive. Now, if you would, turn your attention to the screen to hear about our amazing 6th finalist.
My favorite thing about the club is that we are a friendly environment. We're always showing happiness, loving, and give each other good advice. The activity that I enjoy the most at the club is dancing. I'm able to express how I'm feeling in the moves that I'm doing during dance. The way dance makes me feel is energetic, and knowing that I am able to teach kids how to dance and making them feel good, knowing that they learned something new today. My favorite staff is Regina Thompson, and she has been here for me since I was little. She helped me break out my shyness, showing that she cared and always being there for me.
Miss Kimberly with the younger club members, the kids love her. I mean, Miss Kimberly, Miss Kimberly, Miss Kimberly. Is Miss Kimberly coming today? The juniors, K through first, they love her. Kimberly should be in the count of the Youth of the Year because I think she's grown and she's really developed. She's a talented young lady, very talented. She's my flower. She's my blossom. I love that kid. You know, me and her, we bond. She's a special one in my heart.
I'm grateful for being a Boys and Girls Club member, so I'm able to show these kids that they are able to also do this too and can be in my footsteps and achieve anything in life.
Please welcome Kimberly Pierre, Youth of the Year of the Marjorie S. Fisher Boys and Girls Club of West Palm Beach.
Psalm 91, verse 4. It states, "He will cover you with his feathers, and under his wings you will find refuge." That is a Bible verse me and my dad read to guarantee our protection. Good evening. My name is Kimberly Pierre, and I am a senior at Royal Palm Beach Community High School. There are many obstacles that we are facing today, whether it's a problem we created or Mother Nature's doing like COVID. COVID affected my first year of high school, sending me home where I became isolated from my friends, family, and the world. If I'm being honest, during quarantine, it made me realize how much I missed the club. Months later, I got a call saying that the club would reopen for the summer. Hearing that made me so happy. But my story doesn't start there. In 2011, my parents sent me and my brother to the Marjorie S. Fisher Boys and Girls Club, where I met outstanding staffs like Miss Regina Thompson. As she watched me grow up, she could tell you I was very shy, loved to dance, and enjoyed being at the club. Ms. Thompson has been my mentor since the day I got to the club. Even though she was tough on me, I knew it was out of love. She would always tell me, I could see everything. I have eyes in the back of my head. But while being at the club, it gave me 3 things. 1, a place I can call home. 2, a job opportunity. And 3, being the 2023 Youth of the Year. I ran for Youth of the Year my sophomore and junior year, but didn't win. As my senior year started, the staffs around the club encouraged me to do it one last time. Now, look where I'm at. After almost giving up, I was named the 2023 Youth of the Year at my club. Being the 2023 Youth of the Year has made me very grateful for the club. The club also helped me with applying to places like Florida Memorial University, Bethune-Cookman University, Florida Atlantic University, and Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University. And where I will be majoring in nursing and biology to become a nurse practitioner. As a child, I was held back, but that didn't stop me from being the woman I am today. Determination has been a theme throughout my life and how failure is not and will never be an option. Thanks to the support of the club and my family. My vision for America's youth is to start a mentoring program for children who are falling behind in school and will receive the help they need like I did, with leaders being patient and motivating the children, just like the club did for me. To my parents, merci pour tout ça que tu as fait pour moi avec tout sacrifice. Translating from Creole, that means thank you for everything you have done for me with all the sacrifices. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kimberly. Thank you so much. Now, last but not least, please turn your attention to the screen for our final finalist.
My favorite part of the club is definitely like the staff and being able to come in and engage with the younger members and just kind of like let them follow me and like let them learn from me. My favorite room at the Boys and Girls Club has to be the computer lab. The computer lab allowed me to learn a lot about photography and just find a different way to express myself, which is through my art and photography.
The staff perceive Kelvin as a positive influence, someone who is always eager to help the younger members and always ready to share his creativity and his knowledge with others. Kelvin is the perfect candidate to represent our club for the Youth of the Year because he is already that prime role model for the club. The members and the staff already see him as someone that is responsible, someone that is dedicated to the cause of the club and the mission of the organization.
I witnessed what things could come of if I wasn't here. I am extremely grateful for being a Boys and Girls Club member. The staff just made it feel like a second home and made it feel safe. It made me feel like it was okay for me to be vulnerable or express my emotions.
Please welcome to the stage, Youth of the Year from the Florence to George Boys and Girls Club of West Palm Beach, Kelvin Roll. What are you teaching your kids at the age of 3? Is it shapes, colors? What about nursery rhymes? My personal favorite was always the itsy bitsy spider. Well, at the age of 3, my mom was teaching me how to breathe and count to 10. All in the efforts to help me understand that our family dynamic will never be the same. The man, the myth, the legend, also known as my father, Kelvin Rose Sr., is no longer in the driver's seat, but instead flying above us. But how does a 3-year-old learn to keep moving forward? You lean on what you know. The itsy bitsy spider isn't about a little spider. It is a story of purpose, perseverance, perspective, and power. What is my purpose? My father, a selfless man who lived his life to serve others, even while he was at his sickest. As a club director, he gave so much of himself to serving the youth. His legacy placed before me, tempting me to build upon it. In doing so, I found myself walking through the doors of the Boys and Girls Club at 6 years old, not knowing at all how I would fill his shoes. And now standing before you as a young man, elevated and shaped by the club. My purpose? To build a legacy rich and impactful, leaving the world better than I found it. But the spider didn't have it easy, though, because down came the rain, I hope you all know the rest, and washed the spider out. But the rain got harder when my friend Aiden Williams was on his way to the bus stop for school. The final stretch of his journey, a crosswalk. He never made it to the other side. I was confused, hurt, and afraid. But what I felt the most was anger. February 3rd, 2020, exactly 3 years ago today, we lost Aiden. Down came the hardest rain ever and washed the spider out. How do I pick myself up from here? How do I find the purpose in this? I leaned on what I knew, the club. This experience will become a turning point in my life where I first realized my purpose to impact change. I will never forget the way my club staff approached me. One of those staff members being Ms. Hollins. She approached me with her motherly tone that had been consistent since I was 6 years old. And she asked me, "Is this what you want to do for the rest of your life? Be angry?" She could always break through the emotional walls I often built. Her question, "What are you going to do?" Well, I'm going to become a civil engineer. I want to build facilities throughout my community where children can be safe. My hope is that these facilities, much like the Boys and Girls Club, will become bus stops where children can wait safely in the morning. If it were up to me, there would be a club in every neighborhood. That's it. Out came the sun and dried up all the rain. My club community connected me with phenomenal civil engineers from GL Homes and afforded me the opportunity to build relationships that would further my success. My path is now clear, to climb that spout no matter what obstacles may come my way. I now understand the importance in getting back up and moving forward. Barack Obama said, "Change will not come if we wait on some other person or some other time. We are the ones we've been waiting for." So this itsy bitsy spider will climb the spout again. And if I fall again this time, Miss Sarah, I'll be wearing a hard hat. Thank you. Thank you so much, Kelvin. So if you can believe it, Kelvin was our final presenter, and so now I believe Nicole's going to come and escort our judges out to a back room to be sequestered and tally up their scores from tonight as well as the activities from earlier this week. And so it's an exciting time. It's a little bit nerve-wracking, and I don't think any of us envy the position that you all are in. But one of the great things, especially if this is your first Youth of the Year night, you're in for a treat here. Because one of the wonderful things is you don't just get to meet this year's nominees, but we get to hear from the winners from previous years to see what this program is now doing in their lives as they're in higher education or beyond, and how they're thriving because of the Boys and Girls Clubs and because of this program. And so we're going to get to hear from some of our past winners right now. So if you would, put your hands together for the 2021 winner, Anijah Graham.
I'm there. Good evening. I am Anijah Graham, the 2021 Palm Beach County Youth of the Year.
Woo!
I would first like to start by saying thank you all for having me. It is great to be home to listen to and experience the greatness from club members around the county. I am in my second semester of my sophomore year at Florida A&M University as a political science scholar, and it has been nothing short of amazing. The lessons and morals that I gained from the clubs have played a major part in my success on the Hill. I am always so grateful for the club because without it and the resources that you all provided for the members, I wouldn't be getting the experience I am today. So, thank you. Now, I would like to introduce 2022 Florence D. George Youth of the Year, Caleb Roll.
Good evening. I'm Caleb Roll, the 2022 Youth of the Year for the Florence D. George Boys and Girls Club. I'm here today to talk about an experience that I was afforded by the Boys and Girls Club and its generous donors. In July, I attended a teen leadership program in Greece. This experience was the most memorable thing that I've ever experienced in my life. It was so surreal, and I'm so appreciative for everyone who played a part into getting me there. I feel like this is so important because it's not many people who look like me or are my age that can say that they hiked down Mount Olympus. But hiked wouldn't be the word that I would use since I died 5 times. So I tried to explain to the other students who were there who from all across the country that in Florida we don't do that. We don't have anything to hike. Visiting the Acropolis was my favorite part of the trip, though, when it came to tourism. The location of GYLA, the Global Youth Leadership Academy, was just the cherry on top of the cake for me. While tourism included amazing sights to see, the people who also attended the trip had amazing stories to hear. When not indulged in the Greek experience, we attended sessions where we talked about the importance of being a heart-led leader, and that we all have been given a gift of influence, and how we choose to use this power is up to us. I'm going to share something that was shared with me on this trip. On average, a normal person encounters maybe 80,000 people before they die. It's a lot of people. So imagine you walk out into a stadium once you die, and it's filled with every person that you've encountered. What does that stadium sound like? Is it quiet because although you encountered people, you didn't make an influence on them, you didn't leave an impact? Or is it full of people saying things about the kind of person you were and your character? Or is it loud because you made a positive impact in the world and left it better than you came into it? I'm so grateful for this experience, and this is something that I will take for me everywhere that I go, whether it's to Greece again or to the club every week. Thank you.
Caleb, Anaija, thank you so much for taking a break from your studies to come tell us about the great things that are happening in your lives and how the club's played such an integral role in that. So a lot of people want to know kind of what happens after tonight. So just real quickly, the winner of this evening's Palm Beach County Youth of the Year will actually go on to a state competition. And that said, of course, all of our finalists are winners, and so they're going to go together as a group of 7. So everyone's going to be able to enjoy and experience that incredible moment at the State Youth of the Year. The state winner, hopefully, who's here tonight, will compete for the Southeast Regional title for the opportunity to advance to Washington, D.C. to compete for the National Boys and Girls Club of America Award. If you win that, you win $150,000 in scholarships. It's unbelievable. So we'd like you all to get the big picture, because the big picture is really big. I mean, what happens here and beyond, it's life-changing. It literally changes the trajectory of the lives of these incredible youth. And so it is that big of a deal. We want you to know you're part of something really impactful. So the 17s you met tonight, you know, they're part of thousands, tens of thousands of youth that are served by the Palm Beach County Boys and Girls Club every year. Tens of thousands. That's incredible. This is just a little bit of a glimpse into all of that. And so by being here tonight, you are an active participant in supporting them. But there's bigger ways, of course, if you want to take that further. Of course, we hope you do. And speaking of taking it a little bit further to support these youth and their futures, please welcome to the stage my friend, my buddy, the Chief Operating Officer of the Boys and Girls Club of Palm Beach County, Mr. Steve Cornett.
How's everybody doing? No, we got to give it up. How's everybody doing? Hey, can we do one favor? I know I don't have my son up here this year. He's actually watching from Queens, New York, on that screen. But can we give it up for all the youth of the year? Can everybody stand up? Can we please stand up and give it up for our youth? Come on, stand up. We can do better than that for our youth. Come on, we can get a little bit louder. We can get a little bit louder. I know you guys are going to be rooting in that Super Bowl. Great job. Thank you guys so much. And thank you, Alex. I want to congratulate everyone involved in this Youth of the Year program and all of our other programs. As we are rapidly approaching the end of the school, our jobs as staff never stop. During the summer, our clubs will continue to provide a caring, educational place for our members during the day so that their parents can continue working to support their households. So while the scores are being tallied, we would like to ask you to support our kids and help them have a fun, safe, and memorable summer camp by making a gift from the heart. It's our 9th year, so I'm taking a leap of faith. Oh man, did I mention like last year we raised over 100,000? I kept my job. All right, we're gonna go there. So Jeannie has tasked me again, and now the goal is 120,000. And I know, so on Monday, either I'm gonna be in the HR office or I'm gonna continue my job as the COO. So it's gonna take a leap of faith so we can have a big year. So what does it take to send 20 children to summer camp and on the trips each week for the 10 weeks of summer? 20,000. Is there anyone in the room that will help us ensure 20 children are able to enjoy a safe, educational, and fun summer? I got one 20,000. Okay, keep your hand raised. So with that hand being raised, Mr. David Dunn has also matched that 20, so we are now at 40,000 right now. So my goal, I got 80,000 left for the goal. So what does it take to send 10 children to summer camp and on field trips each for the 10 weeks of summer? 10,000. Is there anyone in the room that is willing to support our Boys and Girls Club and send 10 kids? 10,000. I got one. Can I get up to 5? I got one. I know it's 3 more at least. I got one already. Is there anyone else willing to give 10,000 for our youth? We just heard him in this room, our amazing Youth of the Year. Okay, who would like to support 7 kids to go to summer with field trips that will include $7,500? Is there anyone in the room that's willing to give $7,500? $7,500. $7,500. 7 of our youth, $7,500. Is there anyone in the room that will give $7,500? $7,500. All right, we got at least 2 people in the room that can give $7,500. Where we at? $7,500. All right, this is a tough crowd. All right, Jeannie, we're gonna get about 20 on this one. Who wants to send 5 children to camp for 5,000? 5,000. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 right there in front. We got 10. We're gonna send 10. We got 5,000, 10. All right. How about sending, we got 11. We got 11. Is there anyone else? 5,000. We have 11. We have 11. We got one in the front right here. Gray shirt. Anyone else? All right. How about sending 1 child to camp and on all of the club's field trips for $1,000? 1,000. I can get 20 on it. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. $1,000. $1,000. $1,000. And who wants to send 1 child to camp for 500? We all see what's going on in today's country. 500. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, guys, keep your hand raised. We got 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 in the back. 13 in the back. 14, 14. 14, 500. We got another one. 500. That's 16, 17, 500. Is there anyone willing to send 1 child to camp for 500? We have 17, 17. For anyone in the room tonight who wants to stay anonymous or give a different amount, please raise your hand. We'll bring a card and you can write in your donation and to support our wonderful youth. And if you can with me, and everybody all in sync, can everybody say hope? Can we do it a little louder? Hope. In these times, what does the Boys and Girls Club provide? We provide healing. We provide opportunities. We provide preparation, and we evolve. The 7 youth that you guys seen here tonight evolved over the last 5 to 10 years into amazing youth that you've seen over on the stage tonight. With that being said, I want to thank each and every one of you guys for your incredible support and your generous donations. Thank you so much. You have no idea what this impact will make of the lives of our club members and families. Thank you.
Hey Steve, I got the thumbs up from my wife. We're in for 5.
10. 10.
Well, let's talk about it. We'll talk about it offline. This is the awkward part of the night where the judges have probably not yet made their decisions, or have you? You have. So there's no filibustering. We're ready to rock and roll. Oh, that's amazing. That's never happened before. Well done. Well done. Give it up for Steve Cornett. That's not easy to do, y'all. That is not easy to do, and he did it very well. And the generosity in this room is it's humbling. It's amazing. So we know why we're all here tonight, and that time has come. The judges are here. All the scores have been tallied. Is that correct? And so I'd like to invite all 7 of our finalists on stage. Let's give it up for our 7 finalists. Come on up. This is where we get obnoxiously loud, everybody. Oh, don't stop there. Come on, this is our 7 finalists. Let's stand up. Hey, they gave us their A game. Let's give them ours. Come on, everybody on their feet. Everybody on your feet. Come on. Woo! So this is our future, and the future looks really good if you ask me. It's incredible. You can take a seat because I got one of those little secret messages that there are a couple of surprises. I love this part. Good things always happen when you get the sponsors that give you surprises. It's just a great thing. And so I understand that we need to welcome Mr. Todd Graff, who's the Territory General Manager of Palm Beach County Coca-Cola Beverages, to the stage. Mr. Todd, thanks for being here. Let's go with Mr. Todd.
Thank you. I'm here today representing Coke Florida, which is a family-owned, local independent bottler here in Palm Beach County. We were founded in 2015, and we are committed to serve our communities in multiple ways. One is education, second is economic empowerment, and the third is sustainability. Many people are surprised to learn that Coke Florida is an individually family-owned, operated company. Also surprised to learn that we are the largest Black-owned company in the state of Florida. And we're also the fourth largest Black-owned company in the country. Thank you. Therefore, we're extremely committed to give back, especially during Black History Month. With expanded focus on education, digital literacy, and economic empowerment, we have now donated in our short lifetime over 650,000 laptops and computers to students across the state of Florida. Thank you. Our goal is to close the gap in the digital divide that exists in our society today. With that being said, I'm extremely proud and honored to offer an extension from Coke Florida to each and every one of these outstanding individuals a laptop.
Let's give it up for Todd and Coke Florida. You will be getting those back, don't worry. You'll be pulling all-nighters in your dorm with those in just a few months. Trust me, it's a glorious thing. Okay, so next we want to invite Mr. John DiDonato, the president of K-12 Print. Is John in the house? There he is. John, we're on pins and needles. We don't know what you got. What do you got?
I didn't know I was going to be talking, but...
He didn't know he was going to be talking. Even he's surprised about this.
I'm the president of K-12 Print, and I am here also representing the Mark Wahlberg Youth Foundation. So Jim Wahlberg, Mark's older brother, is my partner, business partner. And we do a lot of work, travel around the country, doing things for children. And Mark has been very generous, and so I'm not a very good talker, but that's what we do. And we have a couple of tablets for the young people here. K-12.
Let's give it up for K-12. Okay, and so this final surprise before we get the announcement of our winner They didn't even say it in the script here, so I have no idea. I'm so excited for what this is. So apparently a big sponsor couldn't be here tonight. They prepared a video message. So we want our youth to see this, so let's see. Maybe face whatever one's more convenient for you. Everyone can see it? Good? Okay.
Good evening. Mark Wahlberg here. I want to thank all of you in the audience and all of you watching virtually for being here to support these 7 amazing boys and girls clubs of Palm Beach County Youth of the Year finalists. I know all about the positive impact the boys and girls clubs can have on a kid because me and my brothers are club alum. Eric, Lynn, Frank, Jada, Alonzo, Kimberly, and Kelvin. As far as I'm concerned, you guys are already the winners, all right? Take that college scholarship and make your dreams come true. Make us proud. You guys are our future. I love you. God bless you, and I can't wait to see you soon. And I can't wait till you see this film I'm working on. Love you guys. God bless.
That did not disappoint. Oh, wow. So you've got a new friend in Mark Wahlberg. So we're going to get you a cell phone number later tonight. Be great. So the time has come. And let's all remember that everyone here is an incredible winner. And so it's real hard to make these decisions. I'd like to invite the people who make this really happen and their generosity, the Honorable Danielle Moore, the Honorable Leslie Smith, Jermaine Lovely, to join me on stage for the announcement of the 2023 Palm Beach County Youth of the Year.
Thank you very much. It's a great honor for us to be here tonight. This is the most exciting thing to happen to Donnie, my daughter, and I. We think all of the contestants are absolutely fantastic, but the voting has been done, and the winner is...
I thought I was going to get to talk first.
I'm the mother. I get to talk first. Any of these nice young people behind you will tell you the mother talks first.
I outrank you.
I outranked you years ago. Go ahead.
You know, it truly is our honor and pleasure to be here tonight. When we started this 6 years ago, with Mummy's inspiration, I must admit, she was the one who encouraged the foundation to step up and make this a much bigger deal than it once was. We now have 37 kids in college, and we're about to add 7 more. So it is our honor and pleasure, and it's my pleasure to be the not only the head of the board of the Mary Alice Fortin Foundation, I have several of my other board members here, but also the mayor of the town of Palm Beach, so I might as well take credit for that too while I'm here. So because of all of you in the room, this is possible, but tonight is about these amazing young people and how honored we are to be here tonight. But the part that you all really care about, the winner of the 2023 Youth of the Year from the Neil S. Hirsch Family Boys and Girls Club of Wellington.